Hi, I'm Uncle Randy. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to tell the truth as I see it. I don't care what people think about me, but it's not that simple. I don't really care what people think of me, and that's not just strangers. It includes people who've been around my whole life. And I want to be clear about that because I don't mean that in some abstract way. I mean in the small things too. I don't care what people think about how I dress. I don't care if my beard gets a little out of control or if my hair gets out of control. That stuff just doesn't matter to me. But at the same time, I still dress up when the situation calls for it. Not because I'm trying to impress anyone, but because I basically understand the situation in the moment. And I think that's the difference. And part of that also comes from something else. People make assumptions about you based on things they've heard from other people, not because they've taken the time to actually understand you or understand the situation, but because it's easier to accept a version of you that someone else has already created. And then they form their opinion off of that. No questions, no context, no curiosity. Just judgment based on secondhand information. And I've realized that's more about them than it's about me. Because I can't control what gets said about me. But I also don't feel the need to constantly correct it. I think for a long time I thought not caring about this stuff was just confidence or growth. But if I go back through the things that I've talked about before, anger, why it shows up, what's underneath it, a lot of that comes from reacting to people, reacting to what they say, reacting to what they do, reacting to how they treat you. And at some point, I just stopped reacting the same way. Not because it got any better, but because something changed. I think I got tired. Tired of trying to be understood. Tired of explaining myself over and over. Tired of adjusting who I was depending on who I was around. So, yeah, I just stopped caring. But here's the part that I've been thinking about. That's not the whole story. Because even if you don't care what people think, you still have to exist around people. You still have relationships. You still have conversations. Sometimes things still hit you. Maybe not the same way that they used to hit you, but they still land somewhere. So I started asking myself, is not caring actually strength? Or is it just distance? Is it growth or is it protection? Because there is a big difference. When I talked about anger before, I said it usually points to something underneath, something that hasn't been dealt with. So what happens when instead of reacting, you just shut that part off? Is that better? Or is it just quieter? I don't think the answer is to care what everyone thinks, but I also don't think the answer is to feel nothing about it either. Because somewhere in the middle is where you actually understand yourself. Not based on what people expect, and not completely disconnected from it either. Maybe you've felt that too. Maybe you've gotten to the point where you said, I don't care anymore. Maybe that helped for a little while. But maybe there's more to it than that. I think a lot of the time what people call not caring is really just learning what to stop reacting to. And I've been thinking about that a lot more lately. I'm not here to tell you what the answer is. I'm just telling you what I've been thinking about. I'm not here to impress you. I'm here to tell the truth as I see it. This is I'm Uncle Randy. We'll talk next time.